I'm Jacqueline from Young Dragon Slayers, and this is how to create your own server to play Dungeons and Dragons on Discord. So all the things you really need to play D&D are a pencil, paper, dice, books, and some friends. Even without an internet connection, you could totally go lo-fi and play D&D with a phone. I did this over the pandemic and it actually worked out pretty good. But there are so many amazing tools built specifically for playing D&D online, and Discord is among them. Servers, chats, bots, calls, and channels can all be used to craft an ideal Discord server for playing D&D. The first D&D campaign I ever ran was on Discord, and I had no idea what Discord was or how to use it, so that is why I am creating this little tutorial to show you how I set up my Discord servers. I've got my screen over here, so if you see me looking, I am looking at my little demo server that I've made for you guys. A server is a concept that'll be familiar to many video game players, but there are several other analogs like a Google Classroom, a Slack group, a Facebook group, where people come together to communicate and accomplish something or play a game. On Discord's, servers can be public or private, and they can have as many or as few elements as the server creator wants to implement. The only mandatory element of a Discord server is a text channel. So this is a place where users can send messages, videos, pictures, GIFs, things like that. Some servers only need one, which ends up more like a group chat, but I like to have a few to separate them out. Voice channels are deceptively named because they do have the option to share video and audio. Let me hop on this voice channel. So if I had some more folks on here, they would be popping up as well. I could turn on my camera if it wasn't currently being recorded. You can do a few little fun things. Whack. And if I was on a call, I could still click around to other stuff while still hearing what people were saying. If there were cameras on, I would see a little mini box of their faces. I'm not doing any of those things, so I'm going to hang up. Like text channels, there can be multiple voice channels in a server, but most D&D servers will only need one for the main game and maybe another one for like a breakout room or something. In Discord, you can assign roles to different users in a server, so these can be simple tags like what pronouns people use, or you can give different roles access to different parts of your server, like a dungeon master or a player. For example, in a lot of my Discords, only the dungeon master can post in the announcements channel. Having that role was super helpful when I lost my voice and needed a substitute dungeon master. If you'd like to get fancy with your D&D Discord server, you can also add bots, which are automated programs that do all sorts of helpful things. We'll go into exactly what bots are and a few that I recommend later. To set up a Discord server for your D&D group, you would just go to discord.com, you would create an account, and from there you would either open the browser version, which is what I have open for our demo today, or the desktop version. I personally really like the desktop version. It's a little more robust, calls go smoother, it's more helpful to me to have a tab that I can click on that's like separate, but everything will work on the browser that I talk about today. So you do not need to download it if you don't want to. Then once you're in there, you can create your own server by clicking add a server, create my own for me and my friends. Let's say video demo. All right, and you will have a brand new server. To create more channels in your Discord server, you can click the plus next to text channels, new channel, and it will add it in for you. I created a demo to go through just to talk about a few of the channels that I really like to have in my Discord servers for D&D that make things a little bit easier. It will default to starting with general. I usually keep this for random discussion, pictures of cats, whatever else people might want to talk about that's not related to the campaign. That is also where all of the bots will go. So, saw a cute dog today. There's a new person. You can wave to say hi to the new person. It's me, I'm the new person. Announcements is where I typically have the dungeon master remind people of upcoming games, schedule changes, level ups, things like that. You can see I've done a little demo poll. When can you play? So that it doesn't get buried in a sea of other messages. And if someone is rolling dice over here, and they need to remember when the game is, you can just click the announcements and see. The channel in-game info is where players can post character sheets, spell descriptions, homebrew content, etc. I post like NPC stat blocks, item descriptions, art, etc. Sometimes I will split it off into a separate one called like in character chat or something like that, where players can type what their characters do or say. I've given a little demonstration in here. Depending if that's a necessity or not, it's a really good option for nonverbal players and for like side conversations. If it ends up being more of that and then the other in game info, like the items and spells, gets blocked, I'll split it off into its own little channel for simplicity's sake. Dice rolling is exactly what it sounds like. It's where you put your dice rolls so that I can see all of them. So someone got a 14 for initiative, someone used a bot, I'll explain this later, to roll dice, and you can do that straight in the dice rolling channel, compare people who rolled physical dice and rolled digital dice all in one spot, which is very nice because it's always chaos when I ask for people's initiative order, and having it all in one place is great. Art and memes is self-explanatory. I think that every Discord channel needs a specific channel for memes or else it's just going to get out of hand. If you do want bots in your Discord server, I like to create a channel specifically for bot stuff so they can give updates in there. You can put commands in there, like for example, if I wanted to lock down a server, I would do it in there. If you want to invite your friends to your server, let's go back to the little demo for the video. You click the down arrow next to the name of the server and hit invite people. Now you can invite your friends that are already in Discord. I am friends with myself, no judgment. And I'm gonna go over and accept the invite on my other tab. Whoa. You can also send a Discord invite over like Messenger or something like that. By default, it does expire in 7 days and has infinite uses, but if you want to change that, you can click on edit invite link. Maybe you've got like 6 people in your D&D game and you'd want to set it to 10 uses just in case like someone has 2 accounts or there's a mistake somewhere, and you could generate that link and copy it and send it out for people to join your server. So now that you've got a server set up with some channels and some friends, now is when, if you are considering doing bots, you would want to add some bots to your Discord server. These are helpful little programs that can help perform particular functions in your server that you would otherwise have to do manually. They're not mandatory, but they do save time and help things keep smoothly running along. While Discord has supported the use of bots in its servers, they are all made by third parties, so be sure to do your research and keep an eye on what permissions you're giving them. Here are a few that I have used and found helpful for my Discord and D&D servers. So, if you go to youngdragonslayers.com, you could head on over to our blog where I've put a lot of the info in this video in a blog post, and you can scroll through to the bots section. So the first bot is Avery. It's really a fantastic tool that just makes things easier for your D&D games. It can integrate with D&D character sheets, whether that's on D&D Beyond or Google Sheets or something like that. It can roll specific checks and spells. It can keep track of initiative, and it can also bring up in-game information for you. So to add Avery, if that is something you want to do, you scroll down, click invite, and this is the screen that you'll get for a lot of the bots you invite. You pick your server. I'm doing video demo. Continue. Look through the permissions that you want to give it. If you really want to read their privacy policy in terms of service, do that. Confirm that you are not a robot. Yay! And you will see that Avery has been added to the Discord server. If Avery feels like way more options than you want to mess with, but you still want to be able to roll dice, you can use Dice Maiden to manage your dice rolls. So this is fairly simple. You just give it a command, tell it what kind of dice that you want to roll. You can add or subtract numbers. You can like keep the highest. You can roll with advantage or disadvantage, which is something that happens a lot in Dungeons and Dragons. So it is a more simple option if you don't want to take on all of the features that Avery has. So let's say I wanted to roll a d20 and add 4. Oof, nat 20. Nice. A few other bots that I like to use on Discord do a variety of moderation. You can see them linked in here. It is Dino, Me6, and Carlbot. So with Dino, I use it to manage roles, create polls, and unlock servers. If I wanted to say, make a poll, what's your favorite class? It would make a little poll. Oh, did I not invite Dino? Oh, I gotta invite Dino first. And this is the same process. Add to server. Let's try that again. Yeah, then Dino would make a little poll for you. It can also do a variety of way more robust things than I would possibly need for my Discord servers. But if you ever are curious about what bot can do, you can say like lockdown command Dino Discord, and they have very, very good documentation for all of the different commands that are available for each of the bots. Two other ones that I like to use are Me6 and Carlbot. Me6 is good for generating messages, moderating. You can also record sessions with Me6. Carlbot is good for larger servers, so you can manage members, moderate spam, manage roles, things like that. They're not D&D specific, but can be just good to have to keep your D&D Discord server clean, nice, have everyone have some nice tools that they can use so things don't get too spammy. So there you have it. Discord is a great tool for playing Dungeons and Dragons online, but it only works if you actually have people to play with. If you're looking for a group to play D&D on Discord with, we are here to help. We're a bunch of professional dungeon masters running online D&D groups for teens. Our games use tools like Discord, Zoom, and D&D Beyond, and we customize each group and game to your preferences and playstyle, so you can play the game you love, make some new friends, and have a great time. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching and enjoy the chaos.